ఓకే, ఈ క్లాస్లో we see గేట్ 2023 క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఫర్ EEE. క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 1, 2, 5, 7, 9 and 10. These all are single mark questions. So remaining three questions are theory questions. You can, not theory, a little bit involved, problematic. Later we see that. Now see the first question.
In this question, Rafi told Mary in direct speech, I am thinking of watching a film this weekend. We are asked to write the indirect speech. The apostrophes and the comma are removed and that he is written. After this, all the tenses inside the sentence will be converted to their past tense. So I am thinking will become I was thinking of watching a film this weekend. This will become that, which is given here. Every present tense that appears in the question, in the sentence, will become its past tense. So am thinking will become was thinking. Answer will be D. Permit corresponds to what when surface corresponds to enforce corresponds to relax. These both are quite opposite of each other, since enforce is to enforce a rule while relax is to be lenient. The opposite of permit will be forbid.
By word meaning. అంతే కదా?
We are given a fair 6-faced die where the faces are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, a normal die. We are asked the probability of getting a 1 on the first roll of the dice and a 4 on the second roll. What this means is we roll the die 2 times. We roll the dice 2 times. So let's say we roll it once and we roll it twice. Let's say this is the outcome and of the first roll and this is the outcome of the second roll. The first roll can have 6 outcomes and the second roll can have 6 outcomes. We are asked the probability of getting 1 on the first roll and a 4 on the second roll. Anywhere in probability we see and we multiply the probabilities. Now the probability of getting a 1 on the first roll will be 1 upon 6 and the probability of getting 4 on the second roll is 1 upon 6, because the probability of getting 1 out of 6 options is 1 by 6 and probability of getting 4, which is one of the values out of 6 values, is 1 upon 6. Now since we are required to find the probability of these two combined, that is and, we need to multiply these and the answer will be 1 upon 36. Question 7. The given graph, if we observe, first we look at the origin. We see that the graph passes through the origin. So for x equal to 0, f of x will be 0. In every option that is satisfied. So that is the first condition. Next we check at infinity. At infinity, the values of f of x tends to 0. At infinity, as x tends to infinity, f of x tends to 0. So let's put infinity in these options. We are getting infinity square into 2 to the power minus infinity. So this will be x square divided by 2 to the power mod x, which will be, this will be x upon 2 to the power mod x. This will be mod x upon 2 to the power x. This will be x upon 2 to the power x. In all the cases we see that as x tends to infinity, positive infinity, we see that the below function, the denominator function, is 2 to the power infinity and the numerator is infinite square or infinite or something less than infinite square. In this case, exponential functions as they tend to infinity are much larger than polynomial functions. That is, let's say e to the power x is greater than any polynomial function. X to the power 100, e to the power x is greater than x to the power 1000 as x tends to infinity. So 2 to the power infinity will be greater than x infinity square. But when we go to minus infinity, we see that in the options 3 and 4, the conclusion is in all the options as we go to x tends to infinity, we are getting 0 because the denominator is infinitely larger than the numerator. But when we go to x equal to minus infinity, the mod in the first two options makes sure that minus infinity will become infinity and the denominator is still always 2 to the power infinity. So it's greater than the numerator. But when it comes to C and D, mod of minus infinity divide by 2 to the power minus infinity. This is infinity divided by minus 2 to the power minus infinity. Taking it to the numerator, we get infinity into 2 to the power infinity. This is infinity. In the same way, option D, we are getting a minus infinity by 2 to the power minus infinity, which is minus infinity into 2 to the power infinity. This will be minus infinity. So both C and D are wrong because as x tends to minus infinity, we are getting f of x tends to 0. So we need to choose between A and B. Now, now we see that there are two extremas in the graph. Now we differentiate both A and B to find how many extremas each one of them has. Since B is simpler, we'll try B first. For x greater than 0, f of x is x into 2 to the power minus x. This is for x greater than 0, so mod x is x. Differentiating, we get 2 to the power minus x minus x into 2 to the power minus x ln 2. Now if we put the 0, we get 1 equal to x ln 2 and x we get 1 upon ln 2. Now checking if x is greater than 0 is satisfied or not. X is greater than 0 is satisfied or not. ln 2 is 0.693. So 1 by 0.693 is greater than 0. So we're getting only one minima or extrema in x greater than 0. That is satisfied in this diagram. If we do the same for f of x for x less than 0, we are getting x into 2 to the power x. Now differentiate 2 to the power x plus x into 2 to the power x ln 2, which is 0. So 1 plus x ln 2 is 0. X is minus 1 upon ln 2. This is negative. This satisfies x less than 0 condition. So we can see that there is also one extrema for x less than 0. So answer B is correct because it satisfies the condition of two extremas, one greater than 0 and one less than 0.
Okay, now we see question number 9. It's like 4th, 5th standard children. Look at this. See, 3 power 999, 7 power 999 plus 1. So 3 power 999 into 7 power 999 into 7. So this becomes 3 into 7 power 999 into 7. This is 21 power 999 into 7. So the one's digit is 1 because 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 1, so on 1 into 7. 7 is the digit in the units place.